Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life and welcome back to my channel. This is a process video for Scrap the Boys where we take our boy pictures and do a challenge for you on a monthly basis. And this is a sketch challenge from Lacey Gasper. She is one of our designers for Scrap the Boys as well. And I absolutely love this. So this is the last video that you will see up on my channel that is from Fran's house. So I'm sorry about the moving around on this part, but it, for being, when you travel and stuff, you just never know like what you're going to use and all of that. So what I did is that I took the two Christmas colors, and in the sketch, you can't really see it, but in the sketch, there is this background piece that is on there. Now, you're probably going to be like, Miranda, you covered up a lot of this, and I know I do. But when I get done with this, it makes a lot of sense on why I did what I did. Because as much as I tried to spread out, I didn't want it to completely like show everywhere. But when you look at it off to the side, like on the sides and stuff, you do actually see all of the goodness that I've done on this background. So I did take my white cardstock from Close to My Heart, and this is one of the collections that I had left over from the Hip Kit. It's, I think, last year or the year before. I have quite a bit of product that I am going to use, so I'm not really buying anything new for Christmas this year. I did get, obviously, the crepe paper, and I did get Vicky Bouton's collection, but I'm going to try, before I actually start using that collection, I'm going to actually try to use up a lot of my older stuff for my 2020. So this is obviously December documented. Welcome to December. Happy December daily, if that's what you call it. Happy December documented. Let me tell you, you will see a lot from me when it comes to this. But what I am going to do is that there's a big title and a big tags, but I decided not to use tags. I wanted to show you how you can use the banner cut font, and so I am going to use the banner instead. It's kind of the same way. It's where I'm still using the tags and everything, but if you're not a big tag fan, and I don't mind tags, I use them all the time, but if you're not a big tag fan, this is one way to turn the tags around and make them a banner. So I am cutting them by 3.5 or 4. I had to cut them down. Ultimately, at the end, I think they end up being about 2.5 by 3, or maybe 2.5. No, it's not 2.5. I'd say it's 3. I start them out at like 4 or something, and then I go down. So last December was not a typical December documented year for me because a lot happened in 2020. Josh left for his deployment for the year, and that happened early in December. So on December 7th is when December 6th, he actually flew over, and he had to be over there by December 7th and at least into quarantine. So he was in quarantine for 14 days. I ended up finding out on December 7th, while he was in transition, that I needed to go into quarantine for 14 days. So him and I actually were in quarantine the exact same time. So my students didn't get to see me at all for the month of December, except for 3 days, because my counterpart teacher ended up getting tested positive for you know what. And it took me out because even though the dates and everything, and the way the world was at that time, it made me actually go into 14 days because I live on the installation. And because I live on Fort Gordon, it makes me different. So I had to cut this down. As you can tell, I had to really cut these down. And unfortunately, it just, because of how long they were, I needed to at least see a bunch of things. And so that's all of that. But let me tell you, it was, this was a long journey for Josh and I. Him and I were in quarantine together. My kids weren't able to see me. I wasn't able to do what we normally do with our kids and be able to get online because we don't know what went home. We don't know what happened to the kids because my counterpart teacher and I could not be at school at all. We had to stay home. And then because that situation happened, it took out 87 of us. I remember the number distinctly because that made us shut down for 2 weeks. So when my counterpart teacher and the team was able to come back, I was not, because my 14 days ended up after the last day of school. And so I wasn't able to see my kids. I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't able to do their Christmas gift, nothing. And it just broke my heart. So this was a very different December documenting for me. I don't have as much as possible as I normally would. So this is what I call this one. This one is Let the Countdown Begin. And I took a bunch of the numbers and I'm just going to count it down and put them into a pool. Because obviously I'm not going to count and do 365 days because no, not happening. As we speak, we don't know exactly what day Josh is coming home yet. We're hoping that it's in December, but at this point, he actually does not report back to his, he doesn't report to his new unit until January, and because of his rank and all of this stuff, he may not be home until like 3 or 4 days prior to him having to clock in and sign into his new unit here at Fort Gordon. So we will see. That is why I'm not releasing dates, times, any of that sort. Because sorry, not doing that. But if you follow me on social media, if you don't, go check me out there. You will know when he gets home. But so in the meantime, here we go. I am documenting this up. Yes, I did cover up that stuff, but it looks wonderful. It makes a statement. It's following the sketch. The sketch will be on the Facebook community tab, and I will link that down below. I will link everything down below. You will see everything. I am just going in here, and now I'm just adding all the embellishments. I absolutely love the embellishments. I think it's perfect. I think it works out wonderful to the way I want it to be. And I think that it looks fantastic. So I think that the way this looks is going to be absolutely stunning and wonderful. I love these photos. This is the morning of him leaving. I made Josh and Kaylin walk a little bit ahead of me, and I took the photo as they're walking down the area for the airport. So because I'm military, I was able to go, Kaylin and I was able to go behind just because we are military, and we have that right because he's going to be gone a long time. So we were able to go behind, and I'm rounding this out with some gold splatters. The still shots are coming up. Make sure you like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.